Welcome to Hold the Leap Inspiration, your go-to channel for insightful book summaries that will transform your life. Are you ready to unlock the power of small talk and make meaningful connections that change the game? Then you're in the right place. Today we dive into the art of conversation and uncover the secrets to mastering small talk. Summary of the Fine Art of Small Talk by Deborah Fine. Created by Hold the Leap Inspiration. Introduction. As a young girl, author Deborah Fine grappled with weight issues, shyness, and the feeling of invisibility in the back of her classroom. Her sense of exclusion was crystallized when, in third grade, she watched her classmates receive invitations to a birthday party hosted by Rita, leaving her and another overweight peer out. This experience left a deep emotional scar, prompting Deborah to immerse herself in the solace of books, isolating herself further from social interactions. Consequently, she missed out on developing essential social skills, leading her to pursue a career in engineering, where she could thrive without the need for extensive communication. While Deborah excelled in technical presentations and handling complex engineering matters, she grappled with anxiety whenever social interactions were required, such as attending conferences or industry gatherings. Facing the expectation to mingle, network, and engage with clients, she found herself at a loss. Her default conversation starter, "What do you do?" often led to awkward pauses and fizzled interactions, highlighting her struggle with the art of conversation. After having 2 children, Deborah came to the realization that many of her insecurities stemmed from her weight. Determined to make a change, she shed 65 pounds, which significantly boosted her self-image. With newfound confidence, Deborah yearned for a fulfilling social life and genuine connections. Recognizing the importance of enhancing her social skills, she embarked on a journey of observation and learning, diligently taking notes and studying those adept at fostering friendships and navigating social gatherings. Her dedication led her to unravel the intricacies of small talk, ultimately shaping her mission to empower others in overcoming their social anxieties and reservations. The beauty of her teachings lies in their accessibility. Anyone can acquire the techniques, tips, and skills necessary for engaging conversations. Embracing these newfound abilities, individuals can experience a remarkable transformation in their quality of life, expanding their networks and finding joy in social interactions where once there was apprehension. By mastering the art of conversation, doors to new opportunities swing open, paving the way for unforeseen pathways and connections. Ready to embark on this journey to conversational success? Excellent. Let's dispense with the pleasantries and delve into the heart of the matter. Chapter 1. Become a better conversationalist by taking a risk. How do you perceive small talk? For many, it's often seen as the lesser cousin of genuine conversation, a trivial and time-wasting exercise. However, small talk plays a vital role. It acts as the stepping stone to meaningful dialogue, breaking down barriers and laying the groundwork for deeper connections. The good news is that conversational skills are attainable for everyone. When you encounter individuals with adept conversational abilities, what crosses your mind? You might assume they possess an innate knack for socializing, attributing their ease to some inherent gift. Yet, the reality is quite different. Most individuals hone their conversational skills through dedication and practice. Take author Deborah Fine, for instance, who transformed from a reserved engineer to a conversational pro simply through learning and repetition. It's as straightforward as that. Consider a poignant example following the events of 9/11. A pilot encouraged passengers at Denver International Airport to introduce themselves and foster connections. This simple gesture underscores our societal deficiency in conversational prowess. But why? We've grown accustomed to respecting personal boundaries, hesitating to engage with those around us. Fear of rejection often hinders us from initiating small talk. Thus, the first step toward becoming a better conversationalist is to take that leap and initiate a conversation. It's up to you to make the first move. Fortunately, it's not as daunting as it seems, and more importantly, it empowers you to steer your own social interactions. Start with a smile. When greeted with a smile, you're inclined to reciprocate, right? Therefore, be the instigator, smile, offer a greeting, and establish eye contact. In mere moments, you'll begin to forge a connection. If the prospect of initiating conversation feels overwhelming, practice is key. Try greeting 10 people as you stroll through the mall or 3 fellow shoppers at the grocery store. With repetition, it'll become second nature. Failure to introduce oneself can have significant repercussions, as Deborah learned firsthand at corporate events. Despite admiring Senior Vice President Bob's adeptness at mingling, Deborah's own hesitation led Bob to perceive her as aloof and unapproachable. This misunderstanding had lasting consequences, highlighting the importance of proactive engagement. Remember, silence isn't golden. Effort is essential in fostering meaningful connections. Chapter 2. The importance of names. Now that you've embarked on the journey of conversation, it's paramount to adhere to the single most crucial rule. Learn and utilize their names. Mastering this skill demands unwavering focus during introductions, ensuring you repeat the name back in your greeting, such as, "Nice to meet you, Deborah." Unfortunately, many of us become preoccupied with formulating responses, often neglecting to remember the other person's name. Stay attuned to the name, repeat it, and then proceed with your response. In the event of a distraction leading to a missed name, honesty is the best policy. Simply confess, saying something like, "Excuse me, I'm not sure I caught your name." This approach far surpasses the alternative of feigning knowledge. Never, under any circumstance, pretend to know. This holds particularly true when encountering someone whose name you've previously forgotten. Instead, humbly admit, "I'm so sorry. Your name slips my mind. Would you mind reminding me?" Taking proactive steps can avert potential mishaps. Encounters with individuals bearing foreign or unconventional names necessitate extra effort in learning the correct pronunciation, even if it requires repetition. Investing time in learning another's name signifies genuine interest and fosters a sense of warmth and comfort. Conversely, laziness in this regard sends a message that their name holds little value to you. Beyond fostering comfort, learning names yields numerous benefits. For instance, Deborah's proactive approach of introducing herself to table mates and facilitating further introductions cultivated an environment of warmth and appreciation, positioning her as a natural leader within the group. When it comes to names, avoid the temptation to shorten or assign nicknames without permission. Respect the name given. If a colleague introduces themselves as Michael, refrain from abbreviating to Mike without consent. Furthermore, consider offering your name as an act of kindness, alleviating others from the burden of recalling. For instance, "Hi Patrick, I'm Deborah Fine. How are you?" By stating your name, you ease conversation dynamics, allowing focus on meaningful dialogue rather than name recall. Chapter 3. Use icebreakers and open-ended questions. Of course, conversations extend beyond mere introductions. Your role is to keep them flowing, and while it might seem daunting, there are numerous icebreakers you can employ to facilitate natural and effortless dialogue. Many people err by relying solely on statements such as, "What a beautiful day," which can often fall flat or fail to elicit a response. Statements serve as indirect invitations to chat, whereas direct questions leave no doubt that dialogue is being initiated. Instead of a simple statement like, "What a beautiful day," try incorporating a question. "What a beautiful day. What's your favorite season of the year?" This approach signals your interest in engaging in conversation. In reality, initiating a conversation isn't as challenging as it may seem. Consider a national news show's social experiment where a gentleman successfully sparked conversations with the outdated icebreaker. "Hi, what's your sign?" The key lies in demonstrating genuine interest, which flatters and captivates the other person, paving the way for conversation. Effective conversation also hinges on asking open-ended questions, showcasing genuine curiosity in the other person's thoughts and experiences. Instead of generic inquiries like, "How was your weekend?" or "How have you been?", which often yield rote responses, employ the power of open-ended questions to invigorate dialogue. Navigating conversations with school-aged children can be particularly challenging. Despite receiving curt responses like "fine" from your child about their day at school, persist by asking open-ended questions that demonstrate genuine interest. Encourage further conversation by delving deeper into specific topics, fostering a sense of connection and understanding. Similarly, in workplace interactions, casual inquiries like, "How was your weekend?" can often be superficial. To convey genuine interest, respond with follow-up questions that prompt deeper discussion, signaling your desire to truly engage with the other person's experiences. However, it's essential to be mindful of context and respect boundaries. If a colleague redirects the conversation back to business after a personal inquiry, take it as a cue to steer clear of small talk. Respect their preferences and focus on topics conducive to the situation at hand. Chapter 4: The importance of body language and listening. Now that you've delved into the art of speaking during a conversation, it's imperative to shift focus to an equally vital component: listening. The challenge in many conversations lies in the capacity of our human brain to absorb more information than one person can effectively convey. This often leads to distractions during conversation, as our minds wander to other topics or tasks, causing us to miss crucial points. Have you ever found yourself frustrated when you sense that your conversation partner isn't fully engaged? Signs such as looking away, checking a phone, or displaying disinterested body language convey a lack of attentiveness. Remarkably, non-verbal cues carry more weight than verbal communication, with research suggesting that over 65% of social meaning stems from non-verbal components. Consider 80-year-old Nicholas eagerly recounting his day to his father, who appears engrossed in reading the newspaper. Despite his father's ability to repeat Nicholas's words, the young boy feels unacknowledged because he lacks his father's undivided attention. Nicholas craves more than mere auditory acknowledgement. He desires a sense of connection and validation, yearning for his father's genuine interest and engagement. Therefore, it's crucial to remain cognizant of your body language during conversation. Actions such as avoiding eye contact, crossing arms, or fidgeting convey disinterest and detachment. Instead, strive to exhibit positive body language cues, such as leaning forward, maintaining eye contact, and nodding attentively. These gestures signal active involvement and convey genuine interest in the speaker's words. However, effective communication entails more than just non-verbal cues. Employ verbal cues to indicate your engagement in the conversation, ranging from brief affirmations like, I see, to open-ended questions that encourage further discussion. Transitioning smoothly between topics with statements like, that reminds me of, or asking permission to change the subject, maintains the flow of conversation while validating the speaker's contributions, ensuring continued engagement and connection. Chapter 5. Avoid awkward pauses and search for cues. Even with icebreakers, conversation starters, and active listening skills, awkward silences can still rear their head and stall conversations. However, with a bit of foresight, you can easily sidestep these lulls. No need for PowerPoint slides, presentations, or laser pointers, just a mental repertoire of questions to tap into when conversations begin to slow down. Consider asking about a recent movie premiere or discussing a book you've recently finished. Navigating small talk with acquaintances you only see occasionally can be particularly challenging. With some history together and vague knowledge of each other's lives, it's easy to feel stuck. Instead of the generic, "What's new?" which often garners a standard "not much," try more specific inquiries like, "Bring me up to date on," or "What's new with the family?" By honing in on particular aspects, you can uncover more about your acquaintance. However, exercise caution. If someone has experienced recent hardships like job loss or a family death, opt for more neutral topics and allow them to share details at their own pace. Struggling to find conversation starters? Look no further than your surroundings. The location and occasion of an event can offer ample conversation fodder. For instance, at a wedding, you might ask, "I was the bride's college roommate. How do you know the couple?" Similarly, at a seminar or convention, a simple "What brought you here?" can kickstart a conversation. Observing people's behavior can also provide cues for conversation topics. Perhaps you notice someone is left-handed. You could inquire about their experience or ask about their accent, if they have one. For those who find themselves struggling to improvise questions, the acronym FORM can be a helpful mnemonic: family, occupation, recreation, and miscellaneous. While the first three categories are self-explanatory, the miscellaneous category can encompass anything from popular films to recent news events. Remember, authenticity is key in any conversation. Genuine interest trumps meticulous planning, so stay true to yourself and your curiosity. Chapter 6. How to exit a conversation with ease. At times, gracefully exiting a conversation becomes necessary, whether to escape a conversation lull or simply to mingle further. There are several tactful ways to navigate this situation. Often people linger in conversations longer than necessary due to feeling trapped in a two-person dialogue or due to comfort breeding complacency. Especially in settings like networking events, it's crucial to continually engage with others to maximize the event's potential. To skillfully depart a conversation, circle back to the initial topic that sparked your connection with your conversation partner. By reaffirming the meaningful connection, you can smoothly transition out of the conversation. For example, you might say, "Tom, it's been insightful discussing the changes in the healthcare industry. I need to catch up with another client before they leave. Thanks for sharing your expertise." Note the absence of excuses for leaving. Honesty is key when gracefully exiting a conversation. Even in less than ideal conversations, aim to exit tactfully, using diplomatic lines such as, "I want to go talk to the speaker," or "I promised myself I'd meet 3 new people before leaving this evening." These lines shift the focus onto your own goals, alleviating any sense of burden on your conversation partner. You can even employ a strategy from the late George Plimpton, who always carried 2 drinks at parties. If he desired an exit from a conversation, he'd politely excuse himself by offering to deliver the extra drink. However, the cardinal rule remains: follow through on your stated intentions. If you've committed to seeing the exhibits, ensure you stick to your plan. Additionally, you can gracefully exit a conversation by soliciting a referral from your partner. For instance, you might say to Shelley at a cocktail party, "I've been having trouble with the graphics package on my Mac. Do you know anyone here who uses this program on a PC?" This tactic provides a clean break to either pursue Shelley's referral or continue mingling. The key is to remain honest and adhere to your agenda, avoiding fabricating issues solely to end the conversation. In essence, ending a conversation may pose challenges, but with tact and honesty, you can leave a lasting impression, forge connections, and achieve your networking or conversational objectives. Chapter 7. Final summary. The transformative potential of small talk is immense. With a little knowledge and practice, you can master the art of conversation and reap its benefits. Take control by initiating conversations with a simple smile and nod, signaling your openness to engage. Next, foster meaningful dialogue by asking open-ended questions and demonstrating genuine interest in your partner's responses. Ensure a warm introduction. Maintain positive body language and be prepared with a repertoire of generic questions. To keep the conversation flowing smoothly, remember, the essence of small talk lies in making your conversation partner feel connected and validated. Pay attention to details, such as their name, and incorporate it into the conversation to enhance rapport. When it's time to gracefully exit, do so tactfully, and be ready to start anew with someone else. With consistent practice, you'll soon become an adept conversationalist, forging life-changing connections and harnessing the power of small talk to its fullest potential. Thanks for tuning in to Hold the Leap Inspiration. If you enjoyed this video and want more life-changing book summaries, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.